Avengers Endgame, which, as we said before, debuted like a couple hours after our episode went up.
So we're a little late to the party.
Which was obviously us. Like, it just happens every single time.
Yeah.
We were all. I just remember being on the
Tuesdays
chain
will do that to you, man.
and just being like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
So, look, I don't know about you guys. I felt a little bit like George. I said this in our text messages. I felt like a little bit like George watching the Force Awakens trailer for the first time. Like this shit hit me like deep in my soul.
Yeah, I thought what I'm really loving with this is I feel like with Infinity War, I had a pretty good grasp on maybe a number of set pieces, few locations. You knew the giant Wakanda battle was going to happen. You know, you kind of had a little bit of a blueprint of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And Endgame, I legit have no fucking idea what was going to happen.
Nah.
They've done such a good job. They've shown such restraint. I'd say 70% of this is old footage. From Iron Man, Thor
least
1.
half, yeah.
I mean, this is really great stuff, and I applaud the Russo brothers or whoever's putting these trailers together. Fucking good job, because you're showing how it's supposed to be done. You don't need to show everything in the trailer.
They don't need to show everything in the trailer.
They don't.
They're in a position where they can do
They
this.
have, and they've built up enough equity to do that.
Yeah.
But I still think the principle applies across other films, and I think everyone can take a lesson from this. Maybe not to this degree,
yes.
of course.
Yeah.
This one is a very unique scenario, but take a little bit of that, leave a little bit to the imagination.
We'll talk
Definitely.
about this a little bit later with one of the at least one of the trailers that we watched this week, which I thought did an absolutely appalling job in kind of conveying key story points without kind of giving away all of it.
Are we talking about Hellboy again?
Yeah. But yeah, I absolutely love that they haven't delved into any of the mechanics of how they're going to try and defeat Thanos. You know, they
Is Thanos even the bad guy?
Well, I mean, he has not had one line or one cameo in any did he have a cameo in the last trailer or the
There's a
teaser
bit
trailer?
where there's a
It
bit
shows
where
his
he's got his
hand.
arm and he's walking through the cornfield.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He just had an Empire cover this week as well.
He
A
did,
really
yeah.
cool cover, which didn't reveal anything. So Marvel has said that they're only showing stuff from the first 20 minutes of the film, more or less. And I've heard from Mr. Sunday Movies, a favorite YouTuber of mine, who says he has a very good source on this, that the Russo brothers have only released 8 minutes of footage from the film to the trailer company.
Oh,
That's
So that's all
spectacular.
they have to work through, and apparently they've used pretty much all of that.
wow.
So that's really cool and really exciting.
I think that's so. I'm so happy with them. Like, I mean, I think more than just like as a kind of industry standard to show how you should do trailers. This shows like unbelievable restraint.
they're like the
on their
anti
behalf.
J.J. Abrams,
Yeah.
who raises expectations way too high and teases things,
Yes.
and just makes everyone disappointed.
Yeah.
Whereas they just stay silent about all of this shit and be like, there's a couple of things.
Just let the story do its own work.
They can, I bet that the marketing people at Marvel are absolutely. I mean, I don't know who would push for what, but it's every chance that they're just fucking furious. They're like, we could get so many bums in seats if you started just like pumping out more footage and like let's just like spam everyone. I mean, we're a month out and we're just getting the full trailer. All right, so there's a couple of things that I wanted to and I jotted down some notes that we can go through. One of them is can we all agree, and it's pretty much put out in the trailer, Clint Barton's family definitely gets ghosted.
Oh yeah.
And this is something we actually said at the beginning or right after Infinity War last year. I think we go through the predictions. I was convinced. I'm like, this is going to be him. His family's going to be ghosted, and he's going to go rogue with this shit.
So we knew he was coming back as Ronin.
Yeah.
Something's got to
And
change.
they had a
him.
mohawk, yeah. So we see the shot of his family in the trailer there, him with his daughter. I would love it if they just pull the rug out somehow. Like, I don't know, they don't get dusted, but like a plane whose pilot got dusted comes down and takes him out. Something unexpected, because everyone's expecting this to happen. It would be cool if they didn't go in that direction somehow.
To be honest, I think it will still be enough of an emotional kick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, especially if they show it.
You kidding?
Fuck
Yeah.
me.
He could be driving and something similar could happen. Maybe somebody disappears and it swerves.
There was something so kind of wholesome in Civil War when you found out that he had this family with these kids. You're just like, oh, Clint, God damn it.
Yes.
You're lovely.
So cute.
Yeah, that's going to be brutal. And they could, I actually thought they were going to open up on it, but they'll probably subvert expectations in an interesting way.
Yeah. I mean, what will we write about with Infinity War?
I've got a quick question for you guys, open to the table. They obviously do this kind of effect for all the old footage that isn't out of, Endgame, which is, it's all in black and white, apart from the red.
Yeah, I'm mystified by that. I'm absolutely mystified by that. I mean, like, it's probably something really obvious, and I'm just a fucking idiot that I don't get it, but I can't figure it out, man. I can't. Can you educate me, please? It's so obvious, and I'm like completely...
No, I'm sorry. So we agreed to let you just talk on that because you mentioned it when we were watching the trailer and just let you kind of see how far you'd go.
I was just going to bring it up and then just never mention it again.
I didn't give a second thought to it, honestly, when I first saw it.
No, there's something that...
I was trying to think if that, like...
The only thing I saw is the Quantum Realm suit with the red, and it's the same red. I wonder if that's the Quantum Realm red, or there's something to do with the stone. What's the red
Avengers
stone?
has always been red.
Reality, the ether.
Ether, yeah. Which is the reality stone, I believe.
So what happens?
I mean, look at the we've got a poster right here for the Avengers. It's all red.
From Dark World.
I just assumed it was...
It's the one...
What did he use? What does Thanos
he can
do with that
he
one?
turns guns into bubbles.
Remember when he
makes I know the exact one.
I don't think it has anything to do with that. To be honest, I just think it's like the Avengers is red.
That my thinking was Marvel is red. That's their color.
I think that's it.
literally all I gave it.
Really?
Yeah. But it'd be very interesting to find out if there's more to it.
I hope there is.
So one of the other things, all right, so there's two things that have come up on the internet.
I'm glad you guys didn't know because I was like, fuck, man, I must be that dumb. That dumb.
No, not at all.
Two things that have come up on the internet as kind of like, I guess, funny little memes. One is, I was going to say Scarlet Witch, but it's not. It's Scarlett Johansson playing Black Widow. Black Widow with her little gun. And the big joke is like, oh, that's how we'll get Thanos, you little pistol. Kind of just, highlighting how wildly outmatched everyone is.
Tony, just give her a suit.
Yeah, come on, man.
Give them all suits.
Yeah, come on.
Stop being such a dick.
You have 100.
Fucker.
That, and the other thing is Clint Barton's
Haircut.
Snappy new dude. He's a man on the edge.
Yeah.
Looks like Sonic the Hedgehog, man.
Yeah, I really hope there's an acknowledgement in this movie of just why everyone's changed their looks. Like, obviously, some just happens over time, but I really want to see like Clint and
Cap
Steve
shaved his beard
at the salon. Just like him getting a nice good shave.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure when you initially. I think it was the first trailer, Connor, where you said, "I think this is set years after Infinity War," and my gut I didn't see that, but now these more trailers have come, and we've got the different hairdos, the different styles. I think you're right, man. I think it could be 3 years later. I think we could actually see maybe the immediate after effect of the snap and then something there. And then we've got, a bit of time passage. And then, I'm very intrigued about how they handle this.
Just quickly, so Black Widow's primary look for the trailer is her natural red hair with just a little blonde at the end. So it's grown out. I'm not an expert. I don't know how long that would take. I imagine it would be within a year or so. So I think there will be the initial aftermath, and then it'll jump ahead a bit, but I don't think it'll be years.
And then do you think...
I think it would be. I mean, to grow like to shoulder length.
Yeah, that'd be 2 years.
That's at least 2 years, if not 3.
You said 3, so...
And then we can get the story where we find out what happened in that 3 years.
Sorry, should we...
Oh. Kevin Feige.
Is there any disagreement about when this is taking place? I felt a steak dinner coming on.
No.
I can't. There's no rhyme or reason behind.
We're essentially agreeing.
All right, damn it.
I said it because I think it'll definitely take place directly after, and then there'll be a little bit of a jump.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
damn it.
And
so
then
I
think there's going to be time travel as well after that, based on the set photos we've seen.
I'm just like,
but we're getting none of that from the trailer, which is awesome.
My God, I just. My mind goes to so many places. Like, what if we see like alternative realities, alternative futures, alternative pasts,
old characters that are dead?
Oh man, like where can this go?
Yeah,
Russo's, well done. Good trailer. Good trailer.
So there's also new outfits that you see at the end of the trailer.
That's quantum.
Yeah, are we assuming that those are the quantum
realm?
Seems like they look a lot like the Ant-Man outfit.
Yeah.
with different colors.
Yes.
Uh,
Loving
I-
it. Looks fresh. Looks like an Apple Avengers suit.
There's
you
a
know?
lot of people that are very unhappy with those suits.
Really?
I mean, it's always going to be divisive.
I like it, man.
I
think
hope
it's got a space age.
I hope it's not a big part of the movie.
Yeah.
'Cause
I don't think it will be.
I like them all having their own different costumes.
I don't think it will be. I think there'll be a good portion towards the quantum realm, but I don't think they're going to be doing their final battle in those suits.
No, I'd be very disappointed if they were. And to be honest, there's something about the suits that just seemed a little bit off as they were walking along. Like, I'm not sure what it is. You know what? It very well could be I would not be surprised because the suits just seemed a little bit under budget to me.
What?
I don't know. They didn't quite seem right. I would not be surprised if this was like something that was shot really quickly just for the trailer as like another gotcha little moment. Like, I can just see the Russo brothers doing that.
Well,
Like,
everyone's saying that Tony Stark's not in the hangar. You know, in the final bit, they're saying they've comped him in, and he's not actually going to be there. So,
possibly, yeah.
you know, very, very interesting. And another
That'd be
interesting
bizarre.
thing, that I saw when we watched the trailer again in that room over there, is when and somebody pointed this out on Facebook, is when Barton and Black Widow are in that ship and you see them flying over the city and then it goes inside. People have highlighted above that it's the same mechanisms that are in the Guardians ship and the one that's Tony Stark's in. So that adds a whole other layer to it. Don't know if it's true, but they're cross-matching things. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff in this.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the Russo brothers were one step ahead. You know,
4 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a few.
Two last things. One is an early criticism of the MCU was that there was no recognizable theme. I think we've solved that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that ending with the Avengers coming
crushing.
up is just huge. Like, you just like, okay, this is the Avengers theme. They've like tweaked it throughout the trailer, but when it comes back to that original theme, it's really powerful.
Oh, it's such a killer piece, man. And I think they've only improved on it.
Yep.
I think they've made it more brassy and given that Lord of the Rings like epicness.
Silvestri's work in Infinity War was among his best. Like, that score was
spectacular.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So great
nailed
to
it.
hear out of someone, who's been around for so long.
Completely
And
nailed it.
finally, there's a lot of hype around that last clip with Captain Marvel and Thor. A lot of people really love that clip. I wasn't sold on it. I didn't quite understand why he said I like her because she didn't
flinch.
Is that the reason? It
I
seemed very
think-
weak.
I think, as long as you're predisposed to the information that they're both like two of the strongest MCU characters, without that knowledge, that scene doesn't really work. I
mean,
think with
even-
that knowledge, you go, oh yeah, wow, fuck.
Yeah.
Thor versus Captain Marvel. I wonder who would win in that matchup.
I think it'd be really cool. Like, I kind of gave it the pass because of that knowledge, but at the same time, I was like, I would have accepted something a little bit more quippy or words or I don't know.
I like the subtlety of it, and she just kind of gives him a little like a smile, and it's like barely a smile, you know.
And Thor still looks like shit. He's going to be having a bad time in this movie because he fucked up.
Oh yeah.
So supposedly, did you guys see this as well? That this is his last MCU film.
I didn't say that, no.
Yeah, I saw that, but,
According to who?
I take that with a grain of salt. One of these.
Everyone has their price. How many times has everyone said they're going to leave?
Exactly.
Fucking Robert Downey
Cool.
Jr.
So that's completely
Jesus.
unfounded. What was the other thing about this as well that was really? I just can't believe in what? God, almost over a month, just over a month, we will have seen the whole Infinity Saga, and that's what Kevin Feige's calling it.
How
He's calling
depressing.
episodes 1 to 21. Sorry, 1 to 22. All those movies, the Infinity Saga.
So
that's
phase
fucking
1
cool.
to 3, the Infinity Saga. There's something very cool about just that statement.
What do you do after the
And
Infinity Saga?
I feel like that's going to be mine. Like I
It's
don't.
just gonna be us in a field, Thanos style, just like looking over our good work.
Would you guys? I would not be surprised if I have the same feeling for these films as I do for the original Star Wars trilogy, where everything after that just doesn't seem quite as good. You know what I mean? Like that phase 1 to 3, that was mine. You know, when phase 7 comes around, I might be a bit more jaded and stuff and be like, not like episodes 1 to 3.
I'm already there.
Yeah.
My dark secret. Phase 1 to 2 is my jam. And everything since then
You're
has been
already
a
there?
little, yeah. I'm
For
sorry.
real?
What was Civil War?
Civil War? Infinity War?
No. So
Ant-Man?
there have been exceptional standouts, but when it comes to Ragnarok, Guardians 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, I'm like, these are all just kind of more Marvel movies. Like none of them kind of give me the... Anyway, we don't need to get into my personal demons.
But you get enough, like, not just great, incredible stuff that it keeps that MCU buoyant.
I kind of get your point, though. When I go back and I watch Ultron, like, there's something about that movie that I just really enjoy. And it not only is it just a good movie, but it's also there's nostalgia attached to that as well. Particularly like the early Iron Man films and that kind of stuff, like things that we would have watched over 10 years ago now.
Yeah, I wish the whole saga could be one kind of united sum for me, but the latter ones, there's definitely a little bit of drop off. And I say that like, lightly. Like I still like all of these movies, but it's not quite the same for me.
I think, I mean, you go back and watch Iron Man 1 and Thor, and you're like, wow, they've actually come a long way.
Yeah, to illustrate that, I like a lot of those older movies more than the new ones, even though I think they are worse in a lot of ways.
But is that nostalgia and
That's
familiarity?
Just how I was younger, I had seen less. I was just more into these things as they were happening.
No
so
doubt.
now it's nostalgia.
And that's why I feel that Phase 1 to 3 will be that what I hold
in 20 years when we look back at this.
Because of that. But I still like Phase 3.
That's why this needs to be good. Like all I want. I don't care if they fuck up Phase 4. They can. In fact, I hope that they go for the fucking ropes when they go Phase 4. I hope they just they do something really wacky and experiment because they have the 1 to 3 set in stone, nice, good. Yep. Doesn't matter what you do, you'll never be able to touch that type shit. Like I hope they just take some risks from there on in. Like you would be sweating fucking bullets if you're Feige right now. Like seriously, you are one movie away from completing like one of the greatest franchises to grace cinema ever, and you're just like, if I fuck this up, I might be drawn and quartered.
I hope people like this.
Yeah, basically. All right, so that's our Avengers Endgame review. So next we've got
no, that's it.
That's
the last recording we're doing in that film.